We begin tonight in the courts in Corpus Christi, where a judge today tripled the bond for the mother accused of selling her 7-year-old son to pay off a drug debt.
Yeah, Rudy Trevino is in the courtroom for us and has an update on this top story tonight. Rudy?
Joe McKenzie, it's a case that's been under investigation for some time. CPS and the Department of Public Safety working jointly to bring Esmeralda Garza to justice. Today, the first step in the judicial process was taken.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God.
I do, sir.
In shackles and wearing an orange jail jumpsuit, 29-year-old Esmeralda Garza appeared before 105th District Court Judge Jack Pulcher. Within a matter of seconds, he ordered her bond tripled from $100,000 to $300,000. He also ordered that if Garza does post bond, she is to stay away from the victim and any family members.
If you do make bail, I want a GPS attached before she is released from the county jail and house arrest. I don't want any kind of contact or communication with any of the victims that could be involved with this case, and I want a curfew.
Garza told investigators that she received $500 in cash and then had to wait for $700 more until the custody paperwork was signed. Investigators say they also found 2 girls, ages 2 and 3, in the home when Garza was arrested on June 29th. They suspect Garza was going to sell them too.
Thank you, bailiff.
Garza's attorney had no comment on her client or this case. Joe McKenzie.
Rudy, thank you.